Hi guys, in this video we're going to learn how to do a braid out on a tapered cut. So I'm just starting out on freshly washed hair that I kind of twisted up big and let dry a little bit. So I'm going to unravel that and we're going to get started. So I'm just going to part the front of my hair down the middle. That's just the only part that I care to be straight. This is the only part that's going to show. And I'm going to part down the sides of my hair, because I want my braids to come down around the sides of my head, if that makes sense. You'll see when I get there. Okay, so right now I'm just going to add some moisture to the top of my hair because it's the driest part. So I'm just adding some of the Curls Blueberry Bliss cream onto it, and I'm just going to section that off and start on the back. So here I'm just gonna make a part down the middle. I don't really care for straight parts because I don't want them to show anyway. And I switched combs because the other comb just wasn't working. My hair was too thick for it. Okay. And then I'm clipping away all the hair that I'm not going to use at the moment. Now the hair is kind of already damp, so then now I'm just gonna comb it out. And I'll add some more of my favorite Curls Blueberry Bliss cream onto my hair. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say that name. And now I'm just going to comb braid down. Now it's hard to see right now. I'll show you as you'll see more of the braid in the shot. But I'm literally not necessarily braiding tightly, but definitely close to my head because I want a lot of definition. So the closer and the less hair in between each hair that you cross over, I don't know if that makes sense, but you grab less hair, the tighter, the more closer the hair would be to your scalp, the more defined. If you pick up more hair every time you cross your hands, then the looser the braid will be. So as you can see here, I'm picking up smaller amounts of hair, and that way it's a closer to the head braid. And now I'm just gonna braid out the ends. And when I get to the ends, I notice that it's a little bit dry, so I always add a little bit more moisture sometimes, and I twist it off. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna make another part and clip away the hair, moisturize, and start braiding. You see, I want it closest to the scalp, but not necessarily tight. Though these braids look very neat and they look tight, they're not tight at all, trust me. You know, like when you can't even move your scalp or you can't even smile because it hurts. It doesn't hurt like that. And just twist off the ends. So I finished the rest of the back on camera. Now I'm going to show you the front of my hair. So I started on one side, and in one of those sections that I pre-moisturized, I just part in half, and now I'm going to comb it out. Add a little bit more moisture. Right here I'm just adding some edge control onto my edges, just a little bit. You don't have to do that. Okay. Now I'm going to braid down the side of my head. It's a funky position, but it looks worse than it actually feels. And you see, I'm braiding really close to my head because I want the most definition out of these braids. And I'm adding a little bit more moisture. Do the same thing to this braid. So I did that one off camera, and here's the last braid. Add more moisture, comb out, and braid down the side. Here's a better view. Comb out as you go, finger detangle as you go, you know, you don't want any knots in your hair. What was I looking at? Now once you're done, one of the benefits of doing your hair on damp hair and not necessarily soaking wet hair is you can either go to bed or you can leave it for 2 to 3 hours and it will be completely dry. But here I am 2 days later, and I'm just using a little bit of Cantu oil sheen to spray on my hands so that as I separate it helps reduce frizz and gives me a little bit of slip. So I'm separating each braid, and all I do is I just unbraid each braid. Follow the same pattern I use to braid in the reverse motion, if that makes sense. Though it's sped up, do take your time as you separate your hair, because you want to reduce the amount of frizz that you have in the style, unless you don't care for frizz. I like frizz mostly on the second and third day here. The bigger my hair gets, the more frizz I welcome. But now I'm just picking it out because I do want to pick out the parts. I don't want my parts to show. And there you have it. A braid out on a tapered cut. And my hair isn't that long, so you can do braid outs on shorter hair as well. Fluff to your desires. Separate, move around, and you're done. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for further tutorials. Bye guys.